Hebrew Bible, the 5 books of Moses. Genesis, chapter 5. This is the book of the lineage of Adam. On the day God created the human, in the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. And he blessed them and called their name humankind on the day they were created. And Adam lived 130 years, and he begot in his likeness by his image and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he begot Seth were 800 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days Adam lived were 930 years. Then he died. And Seth lived 105 years, and he begot Enosh. And Seth lived after he begot Enosh 807 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years. Then he died. And Enosh lived 90 years, and he begot Canaan. And Enosh lived after he begot Canaan 815 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enosh were 905 years. Then he died. And Canaan lived 70 years, and he begot Mahalalel. And Canaan lived after he begot Mahalalel 840 years, and he begot sons and daughters. All the days of Canaan were 910 years. Then he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years, and he begot Jared. And Mahalalel lived after he begot Jared 830 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years. Then he died. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begot Enoch. And Jared lived after he begot Enoch 800 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years. Then he died. And Enoch lived 65 years, and he begot Methuselah. And Enoch walked with God after he begot Methuselah 300 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was no more, for God took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years, and he begot Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begot Lamech 782 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years. Then he died. And Lamech lived 182 years, and he begot a son. And he called his name Noah, as to say, this one will console us for the pain of our hands, work from the soil which the Lord cursed. And Lamech lived after he begot Noah 595 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years. Then he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and he begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Genesis chapter 6. And it happened as humankind began to multiply over the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of God saw that the daughters of man were comely, and they took themselves wives howsoever they chose. And the Lord said, my breath shall not abide in the human forever, for he is but flesh. Let his days be 120 years. The Nephilim were then on the earth, and afterwards as well the sons of God, having come to bed, were the daughters of man who bore them children. They are the heroes of yore, the men of renown. And the Lord saw that the evil of the human creature was great on the earth, and that every scheme of his heart's devising was only perpetually evil. And the Lord regretted having made the human on earth, and was grieved to the heart. And the Lord said, I will wipe out the human race I created from the face of the earth, from human to cattle to crawling thing to the fowl of the heavens, for I regret that I have made them. But Noah was found favor in the eyes of the Lord. This is the lineage of Noah. Noah was a righteous man. He was blameless in his time. Noah walked with God, and Noah begat 3 sons, Shem and Ham and Japheth. And the earth was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with outrage. And God saw the earth, and look, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted its ways on the earth. And God said to Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with outrage by them. And I am now about to destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of cypress wood. With cells you shall make the ark, and caulk it inside and out with pitch. This is how you shall make it. 300 cubits the ark's length, 50 cubits its width, 30 cubits its height. Make a skylight in the ark within a cubit of the top. You shall finish it. And put an entrance in the ark on one side. With lower and middle and upper decks you shall make it. As for me, I am about to bring the flood, water upon the earth, to destroy all flesh that has within it the breath of life from under the heavens. Everything on the earth shall perish. And I will set up my covenant with you, and you shall enter the ark, you and your sons and your wife and the wives of your sons with you. And from all that lives, from all flesh, 2 of each thing you shall bring to the ark to keep alive with you. Male and female they shall be, from the fowl of each kind, and from the cattle of each kind, and from all that crawls on the earth of each kind. 2 of each thing shall come to you to be kept alive. Ask for you, take you from every food that is eaten and stored by you, to serve for you and for them as food. And this Noah did, as all that God commanded him, so he did. Genesis chapter 7. And the Lord said to Noah, Come into the ark, you and all your household, for it is you I have seen righteous before me this generation. Of every clean animal take you 7 pairs, each with its mate, and of every animal that is not clean 1 pair, each with its mate. Of the fowl of the heavens as well 7 pairs, male and female, to keep seed alive over all the earth. For in 7 days' time I will make it rain on the earth 40 days, 40 nights, and I will wipe out from the face of the earth all existing things that I have made. And Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood came, water over the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives came into the ark because of the waters of the flood, of the clean animals and of the animals that were not clean, and of the fowl and of all that crawls upon the ground. To each came to Noah into the ark, male and female, as God had commanded him. And it happened after 7 days that the waters of the flood were over the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day, all the well springs of the great deep burst, and the casements of the heavens were opened. And the rain was over the earth 40 days and 40 nights. That very day, Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons together with them, came into the ark. They as well as beasts of each kind, and cattle of each kind, and each kind of crawling thing that crawls on the earth, and of each kind of bird, each winged thing. They came to Noah in the ark, 2 by 2 of all flesh that has the breath of life within it. And those that came in, male and female of all flesh, they came, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. And the flood was 40 days over the earth, and the waters multiplied and bore the ark upward, and it rose above the earth. And the waters surged and multiplied mightily over the earth, and the ark went on the surface of the water. And the waters surged most mightily over the earth, and all the high mountains under the heavens were covered. 15 cubits above them the waters surged as the mountains were covered. And all flesh that stirs on the earth perished, the fowl and the cattle and the beasts and all swarming things that swarm upon the earth, and all humankind, all that had the quickening breath of life in its nostrils, of all that was on dry land, died. And he wiped out all existing things from the face of the earth, from human to cattle to crawling things to the fowl of the heavens. They were wiped out from the earth. And Noah alone remained, and those with him in the ark, and the waters surged over the earth 150 days. Genesis chapter 8. And God remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the cattle that were with him in the ark. And God sent a wind over the earth, and the waters subsided, and the well springs of the deep were dammed up. And the casements of the heavens, the rain from the heavens held back, and the waters receded from the earth little by little, and the waters ebbed. At the end of 150 days the ark came to rest, on the 17th day of the 7th month, on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to ebb until the 10th month. On the first day of the 10th month, the mountaintops appeared, and it happened at the end of the 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark he had made, and he sent out the raven, and it went forth and ran forth until the waters should dry up from the earth. And he sent out the dove to see whether the waters had abated from the surface of the ground, but the dove found no resting place for its foot, and it returned to him to the ark, for the waters were over all the earth. And he reached out and took it and brought it back to him into the ark. Then he waited another 7 days and again sent the dove out from the ark. And the dove came back to him at eventide, and look, a plucked olive leaf was in its bill. And Noah knew that the waters had abated from the earth. Then he waited still another 7 days and sent out the dove, and it did not return to him again. And it happened in the 601st year and the first month, on the first day of the month, the waters dried up from the earth. And Noah took off the covering of the ark, and he saw, and look, the surface of the ground was dry. And in the second month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was completely dry. And God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your wife, and your sons' wives with you, all the animals that are with you, of all the flesh, fowl and cattle, and every crawling thing that crawls on the earth, take out with you, and let them swarm through the earth, and be fruitful and multiply on the earth. And Noah went out, his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him. Every beast, every crawling thing, and every fowl, everything that stirs on the earth, by their families came out of the ark. And Noah built an altar to the Lord, and he took from every clean cattle and every clean fowl and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled the fragrant odor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again damn the soil of humankind's core, for the devisings of the human heart are evil from youth. And I will not again strike down all living things as I did, as long as all the days of the earth. Seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease.